We're going to take another look at the 2024 recruiting class, and we're going to shine a spotlight on four-star player Faletau Satuala, who signed with BYU. We're going to take a look at his highlights. We're going to take a look at his 24/7 Sports player profile page. Before we do that, you need to click that subscribe button because we're covering the 2024 recruiting class every day this offseason, player by player, and you're going to need to know what these players look like, who's going to be making plays for your team. Click that button, stop missing out. But here's his 24/7 Sports player profile page. If you're here for just the highlights, fast forward a couple minutes, you will get there. But two things I want to note here. He's listed as a linebacker, but he's also listed under position here to the left by his picture as an ATH athlete. So I'm guessing when we get to the scouting report, they're going to say he's a versatile player. He's also ranked as the 11th best linebacker in the class, 26th in the composite. Other thing I want to note, he's a 4-star prospect and ranked 131st in the class. Going down to his size, 6'3.5", 198 pounds. So we got a leaner frame here from the listing. So that being said, we have a frame here that can add some mass. He signed on January 6th. He's got 12 offers. Power 5 schools are after him, sending him offers, but he signed with BYU. Working down to the accolades, he played 2 All-Star games, the Polynesian Bowl and the All-American game. Also, going to the scouting report, we're going to just skim through this real quick. Tall, long frame, big-handed, second-level defensive prospect with extensive experience in all 3 phases. Productive football player on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Very instinctive, aware of the football. Player who can thrive in multiple spots. More build-up speed than twitchy, but plenty of fast, athletic, relative build. Impressive run after the catch ability for a big-framed athlete. So looking like we got a guy with good athleticism with some good speed for his size. Something to take note when we're looking at the highlights here. He played basketball and lacrosse, so I'm guessing he's going to have some good lateral agility. He's going to have some good footwork. He should be able to rise up when the ball's in the air. And lacrosse, he's going to have some speed and some endurance. Looking at the timeline here, he's BYU all the way. Signed with them, committed in January 6th of 2024. They predicted him to go there. We had some visits. We're with BYU. We're a 4-star prospect. Remember here, they got him listed as a linebacker and an ATH athlete. And then we go to on 3, and they got him listed as a safety and ranked as a safety. And they got him ranked 58th in the class. In the industry rankings, they got him ranked 23rd. 24/7 Sports got him at 11 because they got him as a linebacker. ESPN 28 and 62. God knows where they got him at. 6'3", 195 pounds. They got him listed as a safety, so that's probably why the rankings are off. 24/7 Sports has got him as a linebacker or an ATH, so he's all over the place. From reading the tea leaves here, he's looking like a linebacker, but we're going to have to see what happens. Let me know in the comments below what you know about him. But here's some of the other programs submitting offers. We got Tennessee, USC, some top-tier Power 5 schools. That's looking good, but we're going to take a look at the highlights, see what he's about, look at his game. Almost 4 minutes of highlights here. Let's hit that play button. Let's see what's going on. At wide receiver, ball's coming in. We have a long frame on him. Got some burst, just saw that in the stem there. Got right past that defensive back. We're pulling away. We got some speed. Nice hands, a good extension on there. Good pick. He's tall. I don't know where they're going to put him at. Usually I don't see guys who are 6'3", linebacker or deep. He's got some ball skills, though. He's got some burst. Look at that. Look at that pick. Look at that. They didn't talk about the burst. They didn't say he was twitched up, but he's got some burst to him. And there we go. There it is. There's the burst right there. Right in the middle field is where you saw it. The acceleration. So he's not a bad player. There's him with the ball in his hands. He got some length. A lot on offense. Defense or back. safety. That's what he played in high school. Projecting as a linebacker on 24/7 Sports. Fills out that frame a little bit. That's a good break. You may want to have that guy at wide receiver. You can't have him play both ways. Look at the break. Look at the sell. Steps back. Very smart. Good hands. Catching it with his hands. You may want him at wide receiver. I'm just saying, just from what I'm seeing off the rip here, good hands, catching it away from his body. He's a smart player. He's a very smart player. You may want to have him at wide receiver. I don't know. Nice break, too. Sharp for that height. It's physics. Usually guys that are taller, they need to have a little half step extra on their break, or maybe an extra step or two sometimes. He's pretty smooth on that, and his hands are pretty smooth. You guys may want to think about putting him at wide receiver from what I'm looking at. And he's showing ball skills, ability to get downfield, the release is pretty quick. Okay, you got to put him at wide receiver. Don't put him at linebacker or safety. Did you just see that break on the route and the sell? I'm sure he's going to be good at linebacker, and you put him in there. Look where he made his highlights at. Look to where the ball's coming in. Even, let's prospecting for linebacker here. Here we go. Coming up on the play, getting low. I'm seeing good bursts. We got a good frame here to add mass. It's a very smart player. Catches everything with his hands. That ball barely ever makes it to his body. Assertive, but to break off routes like that. Look at the ball skills. Look at the ball skills. You're talking about where he's playing at out on the West Coast. DBs are going to have trouble with him. He's good at boxing out. That basketball background, you can just see it. Boom, hits it in the hands. He's got a little bit of twitch in him. I mean, he's not going to be as jazzed up as the smaller guys. He gets good on the tackle. So they got him listed at linebacker, safety, athlete. You better think about putting him at wide receiver. Just from what I'm seeing at the skills. That one break on that one route sold it for me. It's just at the high school level, even at the top end, when we're looking at these 4-star guys, they don't always break off routes like that. That looks like where he can excel at, but you look at that frame at 6'3", he's got some thickness. He's got some speed, especially for the linebacker spot. I can definitely see why they would want to do that. The listing at ATH athletes probably best for him. Just get him into spring ball, move him around, see what happens. But you got yourself a prospect here that's got an upside. The fact that he can break off routes the way he does is very promising. It means he's a very smart player, puts into work, very cerebral. That's what I'm seeing from that. I'm seeing a lot of upside there. I can see him working really hard and being a good linebacker. I can see him working really hard and playing well at safety or corner. I can really see him transitioning very quickly to wide receiver the way he's breaking off those routes. I can definitely see that. I do not understand why in the scouting report they're not talking about that route running, how he's creating separation. The break off that one route, I wish I could just go back to it with you guys real quick. If I can just get to it, reverse to that spot in the film. Not many wide receivers break off routes like that at the high school level, and I'm even talking about the 4 and 5 stars. I'm looking at that, and I'm saying this guy needs a chance at wide receiver. You guys need to look at him, BYU. You guys need to look at that in spring ball, spring camp, whatever. Practice. Take a look, see what's under the hood there, because that might be where you want to play him at. I get it, 24/7 Sports on 3, safety, linebacker, all that jazz. Look at him as an ATH, move him around, see what happens, because you got a lot of upside with this guy. You got a very good football player. I can see that off the rip. He's very smart, very technical, and he's technical with everything he does. You see him on the tackles, he's getting low, he's got good bend for his size. He can hit, he's got good instincts. And the fact that he's solid on both sides of the ball is very encouraging. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.